Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and it's about 7 p.m. I don't know why I'm looking at this, my watch lives there. But yeah, it's about 7 p.m, so not exactly the most normal time to start a vlog, but I thought maybe I'll do one of these little reading vlogs that I was talking about in my goals video, which if you haven't seen, check that out I guess. But basically I want to read short books and try and get my TBR down, my owned TBR. I have loads of little books and I figure do a reading vlog, get a bunch of them read at the same time, not literally at the same time, but in a short amount of time, and then my TBR will get smaller. So it's the 5th. I should probably also clarify that because this video might not come out for a little while. I've still got my 2020 flipping end of year stuff to film yet and put up, so this might come out later. But yeah, it's the 5th, and like I started this book yesterday, so the first sort of 3.5 or 3 3/4 days I just didn't read anything. I have been busy though. I've not just been not reading for the hell of it. So first I'll show you what I have been doing. So most importantly, I have this brand spanking new desk, which is massive. This is the main desk bit of it, but then it also goes over here, and this is the same thing. This is also attached. Look how freaking massive my desk is. I love it. But like the first 2 days of this year, I was sorting my room out and trying to make space for it, and then the day after that I was building it, and obviously I've also had work, so no time to read. Side note, look at how gorgeous this is. I'll even put this on for you. So before we were in lockdown again, shops opened, and there's a shop local to me that sells like handcrafted stuff. This is some driftwood, and then this is handcrafted glass that's been put on it so it molds around the wood, and love that. I also got this in the same place, which is a mess because it's just full of random pens at the moment. But again, it's all handcrafted, and then it's got a little candle there. Just thought I'd show you them because they're really nice. But yeah, been busy, haven't been reading. My room's still a mess. I should probably do that at some point. But hey, let's read some books. Quickly going back to this though, this is book 3 in the series of unfortunate events series, and originally I'd already decided that I was gonna read these and then unhaul them, but now I'm like, do I need to read them? Shall I just get rid of them? Because I think I'm just past the prime of reading these. All of the books are the same. It's basically the kids are orphans, and then their count just wants to kill them and get their money, and every book's the same, and all the adults are absolute idiots, and it's kind of irritating to read when you're my age, and all the adults are like, that's not Count Olaf, even though he's just got a really stupid disguise on them which just looks like him in a hat or something. So yeah, I find the reading experience kind of annoying, so I'm like, do I really want to read this many books that I'm going to unhaul anyway? That's not getting my TBR down at all. Unhauling them is getting it down, but I don't need to sort of push myself through the whole series to read, especially since 2 of the books that I don't even have, I was going to read them from the library app, because I got these at a charity shop that was closing down a few years ago, and they were all like super cheap, and there was a bulk of them, but 2 of them, like number 8 and 11, I don't have. But yeah, I remember book 1 and 2 I gave 3 stars as well, and I can remember being irritated, but I think I forgot how irritated I was until I started reading this again, and I'm like, oh, I'm so over this, I can't bother to read it. Yes, it's a series a lot of people loved when they were younger, but no. So I'm going to read this one because I've already started it, but the rest of the series I'm just going to unhaul when that's possible, #lockdown. But yeah, I'm going to delete them off my TBR because it's just going to count of me not having them anymore because I'm going to unhaul them. I'll read this though, and then get on to another small book that's hopefully better than this and not as irritating. too close to even focus on. But you're wonderful. She never lays on your knee, she always has to lay on your shoulder or up your body. Sir, right at the top of the tree. It's because there's too much stuff in the way. Yeah, I did say there's stuff everywhere. There's one example. That is not a bookshelf. Oh, talking about stuff that I've been doing other than reading, here's some DVDs I got. I know at least one person that's interested in these, so let's just go through them. Instead of reading more. Beach Rats. This is a film about some guys, and then one guy likes to meet older guys online, and it's American, but the guy is English, but he has an American accent. I haven't rewatched this one yet, but it's a decent film. This, whatever that says, Jugend ohne Gott, this is German, and basically I got it because it's got Yannick Schumann in it. And I literally couldn't find it anywhere online to watch. I know it's a dystopian. I don't know much more than that. I think maybe it's based on a book, maybe it isn't. But I know it's some sort of German dystopian film. So that'll be interesting. Another German film with Yannick Schumann in it, which, again, that's the reason I got it. High Society. I think this is a remake of another film called High Society. That probably wasn't German, but this one is. So yeah. That's another one. This one is not German. This one is from Slovenia. Consequences. It's a good film. It's about a guy who is a bit of a knobhead, and then he has to go and live in this place with other knobheads, and then they're like drug dealers, and it's really aggressive and stuff, but also gay. But it's good, not for the faint-hearted. There's a lot of violence, and the ending is not like happy-go-lucky, but I enjoy it. I rewatched this one the other day. Freefall. This is also German. What? All the German films. You might recognise this guy. No, you might recognise this guy from Sense8. If you've ever seen Sense8. He is the German one in Sense8. So, yeah. Apparently there's a second one of this film coming out, but it doesn't look like much has happened since it got announced, which is annoying. I rewatched this one as well recently. It's about guys in a police training academy type thing, and then they get together, but he's got a girlfriend who's also preggers, so he's a naughty boy. Cousins. I hate the title of this, because really it's like the guy's aunt's sister's friend who has a son, and it's like, it sounds really bad because it's called Cousins. But yeah, this is like, again, I hate romance, but it's also funny as well. There's this girl that really likes the one guy, and she keeps popping up at the most inopportune times. And yeah, I rewatched that one. What's this again? This is some sort of foreign, I can't remember. Does it say it anywhere? Oh, Portuguese with English subtitles. Yeah. And Pride. This is a film, an English film, about the miners' strike in the 80s. I've not rewatched this one, but I did watch it quite recently online. And yeah, it's just a really great film about the LGBT peeps going to help the miners on strike. And it's really uplifting. I got this one and this one myself, but then these ones were all for the Crimbo. So that's, who needs to read when you can just watch loads of films that are mostly foreign. So I'm just about to watch a little bit of YouTube while I eat some food, and then I'm gonna speed through this because I'm just so bored of it. I want to finish it, but I want to read this afterwards, which I'm really excited about. So I think it will make me speed through the other one quicker so I can read this, because I love the Dragon Prince and it's little and I just got it and I want to read it. So yes. All I did was get up to feed one of my other cats and he's decided my seat is his seat. Sir, that's very rude. That's very rude, but you know you can get away with it. Still all it is. Yes, I am that guy. To be fair, sitting on a stool does also make me sit straight, so my back doesn't hurt as much. So yeah, still reading this thing, and then I'm going to read that. And once I finish this, I think before I read this one, I'm going to just have a little look around at what I can read next. Make a little stack and then see what I'm in the mood for. So I finished it and gave it 2 stars. It was boring, it was the same as the other 2 books. All the adult characters irritating. I just can't with this series anymore, so I'm definitely unhauling it and not carrying it on. Like I said though, definitely looking forward to giving this one a read, but first I'm going to go and grab some more books off my shelf. Right, so short books. I don't think there's many short books there, but this one's on my TBR anyway for 2020, so that's a good shout. Girl Meets Boy. I know nothing about this book. I got it in a book box because the box was a £5, so I thought I'd give it a go. The, what was it, queer book box, so I know it's some sort of queer book. It's small, that can go in the pile as well. I mean, loads of these I haven't read, so maybe pick the thin ones off. That's quite little. I've not read that. I'll leave the rest for now, but I know I can come back to this sort of area. I just noticed I left this on. I took them all off apart from this one. This, it's not really a proper book, but it's still on my TBR, so that works. Yes, manga. Manga is very quick. Where am I? I think I've read 2 of them. So I'll grab the 3rd one. And I think I might have read 3 of them, perhaps 4. I'll pull 2 out because I can't remember. There are some mini Percy Jackson books as well. So I've got this World Book Day 1 and the Demigod Files. Both very small. So this is a good stack to start with, I think. And I've also got a bunch of graphic novels that I haven't read, so if I'm in the mood for that, I'll go there. But hopefully I'll get some of these read today and tomorrow. Yes. But obviously starting with this. I love this already. I mean, bait. Callum getting hit by the cape. It's just, yes, thank you. After reading that, yes. actually some pretty interesting things in this. So it's just this little book that has sort of information about characters and stuff. But as somebody that's watched most of the films but not really read much Marvel, I actually learned some stuff. So for example, Black Widow, apparently she has some sort of anti-aging thing. Her suit's meant to be pretty much indestructible, and she has sticky pads in her hand so she can crawl up walls like a Black Widow. So I don't know why she's just seen as just a pretty boring bog standard human in the films. Who knows? And then some other people learnt some stuff about, like Falcon, apparently he existed, and then who was it? Oh, the Red Skull did something to him so he could talk to birds. So that's different. Hi. I've just let him in, he's in a very cuddly mood now. Yes, you're very cute and very attention seeking. Okay. So it is now the next day, and last night I read about 100 pages of The Suicidal Peanut by Matthew J. Metzger. That's not it. Metzger. And yeah, that means I'm about 2/3 through. There's about 160 pages in here. I read about 100. Not quite 2/3, but you know, around about there. Really enjoying this one so far. It's about a guy who is at college doing art, and then his art project is doing portraits, and he wants to do a portrait of one of the guys at the boxing gym that he works for. But then he's like, oh, should I tell him that I want to do a portrait of him, or will he want to beat me to death because he's a big scary boxer? And then he's also talking to his best friend's brother. She's trying to set them up. And then within that there's also talk of, well, obviously sexuality because he's gay, but his uncle's also gay, and he's got an Aunt Kate who is a trans woman going through like what trans women need to go through to get there, to get to the end goal. And also mental health. He lives with those two and works in their gym because his mum is in some sort of mental health hospital type thing. It hasn't gone too much into detail of what sort of mental health problems she has, but he has talked a little bit about his past and his mum having mood swings, having an imaginary friend she talked to and then being slightly violent or threatening to be violent. So it's very interesting. It's got a lot of things going on in here and it's only little. So I'm looking forward to finishing this one. And also because it's about art, it's making me want to do art, so that's always a bonus. Considering I do still have to finish a project that I'm doing for Christmas for somebody, and it's January, but in my defence, I don't have a defence. No, but in my defence, I just got the varnish through to varnish it. I had to build a desk. I've been working as well. That's my excuses and I'll stick by it. I'll show you it in a bit. Stick around. So I just finished The Suicidal Peanut and I really liked it. It was cute, it was sweet, it was nice. It makes me want to do art. I liked all the different rep in it as well. I also forgot to mention earlier that there's disability rep because Tab, the main character, his best friend has a sister who is disabled, who is mentioned on and off. Not a main character, but it's nice to just have in there along with the trans rep and the mental health rep and obviously all the LGBT, all that good stuff. Also, I read the little bio bit at the end about the author, and the author is actually ace and trans themselves, so if you're after Own Voices books, then maybe have a look at for this one. It's good. I really enjoyed it. It was nice. And now I'm stood here because I need to actually film some proper videos. I need to edit at least one and put it up today, so peace out, and I'm going to do that and then I'll be back to read some more short books shortly. Just editing my December wrap up, halfway through writing my review for The Suicidal Peanut as well, and also I started this. Well, that's not, let's get away from that brightness. The Demigod Files, Percy Jackson. I think this is 3 mini short story type things. I'm this far in, page 19, so yeah. Obviously not going to read that for a hot second whilst I just complete this, and then boom, yes. Oh, also earlier I mentioned the art project I'm doing, so I'll show you that in a sec. So I said I'll show you my art project, and basically, well, this is a Christmas gift. Obviously it's a little bit past Christmas now, but I didn't realise how long it would take, and I've also not done any for quite a while because of the whole new desk, putting stuff everywhere, sorting my room out, working situation. But today I got some varnish through. I did have some varnish, some clear varnish, but then I got scared because it was really cheap and it was just normal wood varnish, and I thought, I don't want to put all this effort into drawing something with paint markers and then varnish over it and then the varnish ruin it. So I bought some varnish that's actually for acrylic paint, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't go yellow or wreck the paint or anything like that, because if it did I would be super sad, because this is my ongoing project for one of my brothers. As you can probably tell, he's a bit of an anime nut, so that's Shenron. I've not started Shenron yet, he's from Dragon Ball. But yeah, this is the proj. Most of the bits that I've already coloured in are fully done. I've obviously not outlined this one, which is from Fairy Tail. I've also not outlined the Titan yet or done his teeth. But yeah, I've just been doing this, and these take like 3, 4, 5 coats depending on how dark or light the colour is that I'm trying to put down. So yeah, it took a while. I was finishing work at 10 o'clock and then doing this until like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then sleeping, and then going to work until 10, all that business. So yeah, I've been using these. So there are these ones called Tool Art paint markers. These ones are all like normal, proper colours. I don't know what they're called. These are all quite neutral colours, so I've been using a lot of them. I've also been using these, which are the Ohuhu markers. And then also, if you know anything about markers, I do have a few Poscas. Here's a big old blue one, but mostly I've just been using the Posca thin black one to do all the outlining. Honestly, my preference is the Tool Art. I think they come out better, they put down better, the colour just looks better on these, and they're probably the cheapest ones here as well, so that's always a bonus. Side note, do you like this box? I made it when I was at school many moons ago. Look at that. Lovely. But yeah, all of these really nice reds and these purples over here and the blues, these are all them Tool Arts which go down so nicely. And then if you go over here to Happy, Happy is that Posca marker, and it's a lot flatter. It doesn't have the same shine and stuff, so it just doesn't look as good somehow. But yeah, should probably get some more of this done now. I've got the varnish, so there's no excuse.
There has been some pretty drama related to worst of lists. But you know what? As reviewers, we are allowed to talk about the books that we didn't like and why we didn't like them. Reviews are for readers, not for authors.
Finished outlining her, and of course him. So I finished Percy Jackson, The Demigod Files. This is 3 short stories and then a bunch of little info bits like, and this. But yeah, I really enjoyed all 3 short stories. I thought they brought more to the characters, they brought more to the whole Percy Jackson arc. None of them felt unnecessary. You either learnt more about certain characters or other things that come into play later on in the series. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Which means all in all, I read 5 things. Technically only 4 things off my TBR because that series is getting on hold, but 4 things more than I would have done if I didn't do this project, because I probably wouldn't have even thought of picking these up. So it's good times. Oh, you're so pretty. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Hopefully I'll bring more of these and get more short stuff off my TBR. You're really cute. Here's Rue, just because he's cute. You can tell it's a different cat from my December wrap up because he just lays in your arm rather than crawls on your shoulder. So yeah, if you haven't watched that, go watch it. I can't remember how you meant to finish vlogs. I feel like doing all the normal spiel is weird, but comment on that, please. Thanks, watch some more videos. Good times. Say bye, Roo.